So welcome to Power Yoga Legs, which is what we're going to do today. Because it's quite early in the morning, we're going to start with some fascia circles just to move through all of the different parts of the body to make sure that everything's nice and warmed up and lubricated. We'll do a bit of a few fast sun salutations to get really warm, and then we'll move into some power legs. If you need to rest, rest. Obviously, it's your body, so if something doesn't feel good, then don't do it. And equally, there's a few things in here which require quite a lot of mobility. So if you don't have the flexibility to get into some of the exercises, then just do what you can do and modify where you need to. Okay, let's get started. So starting with fascia circles. Starting with one leg, really circling through the ankle. We'll do a few circles one way, and then we'll take it in the other direction. And then moving into the knee, same thing, few circles one way. And then take it in the other direction. And then into the hip. Good. And then take that in the other direction. And then put that foot back down onto the ground, move on to the other leg, starting at the ankle. Taking it the other way. Moving into the knee. And the other way. Really getting into the edges of the movement. If you're feeling a bit unbalanced this morning, you can always hang on to something. And then moving into the hip. And then take that in the other direction. Good. One more. And then bring the feet down, but take them wider than the hips and start circling through the hips. Oh, a bit of popcorn going on this morning. Creaking and cracking. And then take that in the other direction. And then bring the hips to stillness, keeping the hands on the hips, moving through the ribs this time. So really circling through those ribs. We quite often get stuck here, so it can take a bit of concentration. Excellent. And then take those ribs in the other direction. Good stuff. And then moving into the shoulders. So really shrug the shoulders back and then squeeze them down the back. Shrug them up to the ears, squeeze them down the back. Shrug them up, squeeze them down, and then take it in the other direction. So squeeze the shoulder blades together and then bring them forward. Squeeze the shoulders together, bring them forward. Squeeze the shoulders, bring them forward. Then moving into the hands. I always do this with my fingers open, but you can do it in fists if you feel that gets more into the edges of the movement. Just play with that a bit. And then take them in the other direction. And into the elbows. And the other way. And then really big circles through those shoulders. And if there's any tightness in the shoulders, if that's too much for you, you can do backstroke. Really getting into all those crunchy bits. And then take that forwards. And again, if both arms together is too much for you, then you can do front crawl. Good. Okay, and then let the arms come down by the sides. Take the left ear to the left shoulder. Really just holding it there for a moment, really feeling the stretch down the side of the neck. And then gently rolling that head all the way forwards and around until the right ear comes to the right shoulder. And just hold that there for a moment, feeling the stretch down the other side of the neck. Really relaxing the shoulders down. Keep breathing. Then roll the head round the front again. And feel the stretch. Roll the head around the front again. Feel the stretch on the other side. Then bring the head up to center and keeping the body really upright, only moving the head. Just drop the head forwards and get a nice stretch down the back of the neck. Then coming up to center, take the chin across to the left and try and reach the chin past the collarbone. Inhale back to center and then take the head towards the right. Again, reaching past the collarbone. Back to center. Fascia circles done. So, a few little sun salutations just to make sure that we're nice and warmed up before we get into the main body of the class. So, inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, forward fold, bend the knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step back to plank. Either bring your knees, your chest and your chin to the floor or come forward and down through chaturanga into upward facing dog. If you did knees, chest, chin, do cobra. Take the hips up and over the toes back into downward facing dog. You're going to have one breath here, a really deep, long breath. Padding out through the feet to stretch down the backs of the legs. Look forwards, bend the knees, step or jump forwards to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, fold. Bend the knees, inhale all the way to the top. Exhale, hands to heart center. So we're moving more quickly than normal. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. A step or jump to the back of your mat, landing lightly. Take the weight forward, down through chaturanga, into upward facing dog. Make sure the legs are engaged. Take the hips up, roll over the toes, into downward facing dog. Nice big inhale as you exhale. Reach the heels towards the floor, taking your chest towards your thighs. Look forward, bend the knees, jump to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, fold, bend the knees. Inhale all the way to the top. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forwards. Step or jump back to plank. Bring the knees down if you need to. Otherwise, chaturanga. Inhaling up into upward facing dog. Really stretching that chest forwards. Take the hips up, roll over the toes into downward facing dog. Really stretch the chest towards the thighs. Inhale, come up onto the tiptoes. Exhale, really stretch the heels down towards the floor. Look forward, bend the knees, step or jump to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees a lot. Inhale all the way to the top. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step or jump back to plank. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga, into cobra, or up dog. Really stretching that chest forward. Take the hips up and over the toes. Really stretch the chest towards the thighs. Inhale up onto the tiptoes. Exhale, really reach those heels towards the floor. Looking forwards, bending the knees, step or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, all the way to the top. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward, bending the knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, jump or step back to plank. Take the weight forward, elbows in, come down through chaturanga into upward facing dog, stretching that chest forwards. Take the hips up, roll over the toes into down dog. Couple of breaths here this time. Really stretching the chest towards the thighs, pressing through the fingertips as well as the palms. Inhaling as you come up onto the tiptoes, and then exhaling, reaching those heels down towards the floor, stretching out down the back of the legs. If your heels can touch, lift up your toes to increase the stretch. Inhale, look forwards, bend the knees, jump to the top of the mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands back to heart center. Hopefully you're a bit warmer now. Excellent, good to hear. Right, first power legs move. Hands at heart center to start with. We're going to crouch down all the way down to the floor and then bring the knees to the floor and have a little toe stretch. So make sure that the little toes are tucked under. Just stacking the shoulders above the hips, move the knees forward if you need more of a stretch, and just stretch out through those toes to start with. From here, we're going to come back onto the balls of our feet, really squeezing the legs together, reach up to chair pose, come back down and ground down through the knees. Trying to make sure that those knees land as softly as possible. We're going to do 10. Are you ready? Excellent. So, 1, really squeeze those legs together as you come down and as you go up. 2. So we're really controlling the movement. We're not just dumping down into our knees. 3, really squeeze the inner thighs together. Squeeze the glutes. Rocking and rolling. 4, let's come down. Knees go down. Come back into the weight into the balls of the feet. Go up. 5, reaching up as we go up. Coming back down. Squeezing those legs together. Squeeze them back into crouching. Come up into chair. 6, good stuff. Come back down. Round down through those knees. Go back into crouch. Up into chair. 7, good stuff. We're nearly there. Knees down. Come back. Up into chair. 8, coming down. Going down through the knees. Rolling them back. Up into chair. 9, coming down. Touching down through those knees, rolling back, up into chair. 10, hold chair for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up, shake off those legs. Well done. Maybe give them a bit of a wiggle on the thighs. That was a really good starter for 1. Well done, guys. Okay, next exercise. If you can easily touch the floor, then you can do this with your hands or at least your fingers on the ground. If that's not available to you, then you can use a chair or a stool. Or if you've got a couple of blocks, you can use some blocks. This exercise, we're going to move from warrior 3 into a curtsy. So your knees come into the outside of your calf and then inhaling that back up. Again, we're going to do 10. So prepare yourself. If you've got blocks, if you need blocks, then use them, or get a little chair or a stool. Good. If you've only got 1 block, you can always put it sideways so that you've got room to hold on. Set yourself up so you want your hands to be just slightly forward of the shoulders. We're going to start with our right leg on the floor, so really ground down through the right foot and stretch the left leg out behind you into warrior three. Now, we want to make sure that our form is good over flinging ourselves around. So really engage through the muscles, make sure that the hips are level and that the back is nice and long. Take a nice big inhale. On the exhale, bend the front knee and curtsy the back leg down. Knee to the outside of the calf. Inhale, stretch it up for 1. Exhale, come down, curtsy. Inhale, stretch it up, 2. Exhale, curtsy. Inhale, 3. Exhale, curtsy. Inhale, 4. Exhale, curtsy. Inhale, 5. Exhale, curtsy. Inhale, 6. Exhale, curtsy. Inhale, 7. Exhale, curtsy. Inhale, 8. Good stuff. Exhale, curtsy. Inhale, 9. Exhale, curtsy. Inhale, 10. Good. Drop that foot down. Come up and have a bit of a wiggle through the bum on that side in the back of the leg. Whew, well done. Then we're going to move to the other side for 10. So bringing the hands back down towards the blocks, grounding down to the left foot this time. So it's almost like a triangle between your 2 hands and your left foot in terms of positioning. Then float the right leg up behind you. Engage through the legs first. Really make sure that you're feeling strong before you move anywhere. Pull the core in, pull the inner thighs towards one another, and level out the hips. If you have a hip lifted, it makes the whole movement a lot more difficult on your hips. So really stretch out through the toes. Nice big inhale. Exhale, curtsy. Inhale for 1. Exhale, down. Inhale, that's 2. Exhale, down. Inhale, stretch, 3. Exhale, down. Inhale, 4. Keep that core pulling in. Exhale as you come down. Inhale, 5. Halfway, good stuff. Exhale as you come down. Inhale, stretch out, 6. Inhale as you come down. Exhale, stretch it out, 7. Inhale, exhale even, come down. Inhale, 8. Exhale. Inhale for 9. Last one. Exhaling it down, squeeze it in, pull the core in. Inhale it back up. Then float that leg down to the floor. Gently roll up through the spine. Have a kick about through the legs, maybe wiggle that bum cheek. Good stuff. Move the blocks out of the way. We're going to come into goddess pose now. So taking a wide stance on your mat. The toes are kind of pointing at 45 degrees, so you're pointing to the corners of the mat. And then come down into your goddess pose. The way that this one goes is we're reaching up and coming up, then exhaling fist of fire to our hips. So inhaling up, exhaling down, fists of fire. So make sure you've got some tension in your arms so that we're moving our arms with purpose. And when we come down, go as low as you can. We're really getting into the inner thighs on this one. So inhale up, exhale. Inhale. Inhale up, exhale down. Good stuff, keep moving. Getting that bum nice and low. Really stretching. Really coming down. Inhaling up, exhaling on the exertion. Now moving a little faster. Good. 10 more. Good stuff, guys. Bring the legs in a little bit, give them a little kick out. Then the next exercise, we're really looking at all of the flexibility in the legs, in the hips, the knees, the ankles. You might need to have a little something underneath your heels if your feet are really tight. The easiest way to do that is just roll up the edge of the yoga mat and make sure the yoga mat's underneath your heels. We're going down into Malasana, arms up above us, and we're going to come up this time. So we're inhaling down, exhaling up. Inhaling down, exhaling up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then go down, stay down. So really stretching up through the fingers, pulling the core in, really opening the chest, trying to roll the knees back. Good. 10 more seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Bring the bum down, legs straight out in front of you. I'm going to go sideways just to show you this one. So we're going to engage the legs and take the hands forward a bit. The closer your hands are to your hips, the easier this will be. But if we really want to work our legs and our core, then we want our hands to be somewhere around our knees, maybe a little bit behind our knees. Taking a nice big inhale, we're going to lift both legs up and drop them back down for 10. So we're going to exhale on the up, because that's the exertion. Inhale on the down. Are you ready? Nice big inhale. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Then bringing the legs into a wide forward fold. This is almost there. We're working with one leg at a time. So first of all, we're going to put our hands either side of the left leg, looking at the left leg, engaging the left leg. We're going to lift that leg up and hold for 3, 2, 1. Put the leg back down. Move to the other side. Engage that leg. Point the toe. Nice big inhale. Lift as you exhale and hold for 3, 2, 1. Pop it down. One hand in front of you, one hand behind. We're going to lift up the bum, put it down. Turn the hands around the other way. Lift up the bum, put it down. One more each side. Lift and place. Back round. Lift and place. Good. It's much more difficult, that one, if you have short arms in comparison to your torso. Right, hands out behind you this time. Maybe have a bit of a sway from side to side just to prepare the core. This is ankle hurdles. So if you imagine that you have a block in front of you, we're going to start with the right leg, lift it up, put it over the hurdle, then lift it up over the hurdle. If you don't have a block, just imagine a block. Okay, so nice big inhale. We're going to do 3 each way. So in, out, in, out, in, out. Good. Then imagine the block on the other side. Same thing. Pulling the tummy muscles in. Nice big inhale. 3 each way. So in, out, in, out, in, out. Excellent, good stuff. Get rid of the blocks if you have one. Placing the hands in front of you this time, really sitting up straight through the spine. Take a nice big inhale, point the toes of both feet, and then lift both feet off the floor. For 3, 2, 1. Pop them back down. One more of those. Nice big inhale, pressing through the fingers, and lift for 3, 2, 1. Pop them down. Good stuff, well done. Right, we're just going to do 5 on each side of the last exercise. So coming back up to your feet, a nice big wide step, and then we'll just do a couple of warm down exercises at the end. So with this one, we come into a side squat, moving forwards into a half moon. We're going to do that 5 times this way, then 5 times to the other end of your mat. Okay, let's go. So crouching down, exhale into half moon. Come back gently, inhale into your squat, exhale into half moon, that's 2. Inhale as you come down, side lunge. Exhale as you come forward, half moon for 3. Inhale as you come down into your side squat. Exhale as you go up into half moon for 4. Last side lunge on this side. And then exhale as you come up into your side moon. Beautiful. Then move to the other end of your mat so you've got plenty of space. Nice wide lunge. Side lunge on the other side. Then reaching forward, coming into half moon. Inhaling as you're going down into side lunge. Go as high or as low as your body allows. Come forwards, half moon. That's 2. Third side lunge, nice and low if you can. Come forwards, half moon. I think that was 3. Inhaling, come down into your side lunge. Then going up into half moon. Last one, coming down into your side lunge. And then coming up, half moon. Excellent, well done guys. Really good. So now we're going to come down onto the mat for a little bit of a cool down. So keeping your legs as wide as your yoga mat, or your feet as wide as your yoga mat. Roll down onto your back and just windscreen wipe the knees from one side to the other side, as slow or as fast as you want to go. And then come into stillness in the middle. We're going to hug the knees into the belly, right hand on right knee, left hand on left knee, and just do circles through the hips, just massaging through the hips, massaging through the lower back, and then take that in the other direction. Good. And then releasing the hands, take the feet straight up to the ceiling. Flex the feet, then point the toes. Flex the feet, point the toes. Flex the feet, point the toes. Maybe circle through the ankles one way. Maybe circle through the ankles the other way. Bend the knees back in again. Take the hands straight out from the shoulders in a capital T shape. Squeeze the knees together, nice big inhale. On the exhale, pull in the core and roll the knees over to the left. Trying to keep the shoulders engaged with the floor. Nice big inhale, deep into the belly, and then exhale, release and relax everything onto the ground. Nice big inhale, really filling the belly, the ribs, the chest. And then exhale, relax everything into the ground. Inhale the head back to center. On the exhale, pull in the core and roll the hips back onto the mat. Ground down through the shoulders and the hands again. Nice big inhale. Then on the exhale, roll the hips and the legs over to the right. Look out over the left shoulder. Really taking that breath deep in the body, filling the belly, the ribs, the chest. And as you exhale, relax and release everything onto the mat. Inhale, really filling up the belly, the ribs, the chest. Exhale, relax everything onto the mat. Inhale the head back to center. Exhale, pull in the core and roll the hips back onto the mat. Do any last pose that you might feel you need to do. Maybe a happy baby, maybe a reclined butterfly, whatever you feel you want to do before we come into final Savasana. And then really stretch the legs out on the mat to let the feet fall open. Any problems with lower back pain or sciatica, bring the feet to the floor and drop the knees in instead. Or if you're more comfortable on your hips, do butterfly legs with the soles of the feet together. Let the knees drop out to the side. Whichever variation, make sure you're completely comfortable and relaxed. Legs are heavy and relaxed on your mat. The tailbone is tucked under, the shoulder blades tucked onto the torso, arms by your sides, palms up, and gently close the eyes. You made it through half an hour of power legs, well done. Just let that practice settle in your body and enjoy the fact you made the effort to get up early and work out this morning. You're going to feel amazing for the rest of the day because you made that effort. Just focus on 10 breaths, and on each exhale, release and relax the body into the mat. Bringing your awareness back to your body and the room that you're laid in. Maybe wiggle your fingers and toes. Maybe circle through the wrists and the ankles. Maybe stretch out. Maybe roll into a ball. Whatever your body wants to do, wherever it wants to move, do that move. And then when you're ready, roll over onto your side. Come up to seated. And we'll do 3 breaths to finish. So in through the nose, out through the mouth, nice and noisy. Okay, let's go. Thank you for practicing with me this morning. I hope you enjoyed it.